We are a group of volunteers from Flagstaff, Arizona that are making hospital gowns for our local hospital. To do this, we are using Tyvek house wrap. It's a commonly available building material, available at like Home Depot or Lowe's. The materials that you need are, of course, Tyvek, 1/4-inch elastic cut in 7-inch pieces, polyester thread, and Velcro cut into 1-inch by 1-inch squares. The first step in the process is to cut a sheet of Tyvek 80 inches long and then fold it in half at the 40-inch mark. There are little red marks along the sides of the Tyvek that are 8 inches apart that can help you to do this measurement. Use a straight edge to create a crease at the 40-inch fold that you made. This will be used later when you're doing your measuring and marking. Then cut along the edge as shown in the video. The next step is to cut the gown out of the sheet that you just made. Overlay the pattern and align the straight edge of the pattern with the fold, and then tape it in place. Cut with a sharp scissors or shears. If you don't have a pattern, you can download a PDF document with all the dimensions that you'll require to make one, or you can find the pattern on our Facebook page. The information you'll need is listed here in the video.
Things first, you're going to want to take scissors, cut along the neck. This is where the provider is going to Velcro it right behind their neck. So you'll take scissors and cut directly along this seam here. Don't cut down the rest of the gown because that's the front of the gown. Next, I come over to the end of the sleeve. I've been using a spool of thread because I like the size. And trace. It's about 2 inches from the end of the sleeve, and I trace a circle all the way around this.
So trace a circle around a spool of thread about 2 inches from the end of the sleeve.
Yep. I like to use shears for this, but you can also use a scalpel on top of one of these cutting boards, or you can use scissors if you prefer, as long as you're able to cut a really good circle. And then I take my shears and I use it to cut around that circle. This is the thumb hole. The providers will put their hand through the sleeve, put their thumb through this, and then they can pull a glove over top of this to prevent anything from going up their sleeve. Next, you'll make a mark about 1.5 inches up. Okay. You'll turn it to the inside of the gown. That's where the pattern is. The outside, the white Tyvek will be the outside, and the inside is patterned. It says Tyvek on it, and so you'll make a mark 1.5 inches up from the inside of the thumb hole, and then use that as your reference to draw a line all the way across the Tyvek. That's where the elastic is going to go for the wrist to get it to cinch down. You'll do the same thing on the inside of the other thumb hole. Again, a mark 1.5 inches up, and then trace all the way across, and that's the line where the elastic will need to go. Next, we come up to the top of the gown. We're going to put marks for where the Velcro needs to go. You'll go about 1.5 inches down and 1.5 inches in. Because we're looking at the left side of the gown right here, this is the left side, we're making 4 Velcro marks on the outside of the gown. So I'll do one here, and another couple inches I'll do another, and then at the bottom of the neck, I'll do another. This is how the left side should look, and again, it's on the outside. Then I fold it over so I can have a reference point, and I line it up with the inside of the gown. This is where 2 more Velcro straps will go, 2 more Velcro squares, I guess. So that way, whenever the provider puts this on, they'll match inside to outside, and they can put the Velcro on however they'd like, tie it behind their heads. So you'll make 2 more marks that are in line with these first 2 marks. That way, they'll fold over nicely, and they'll make that whole product like that. Okay, now you'll go about 2 inches in from the neck of the gown. Again, we're on the left side, 2 inches in, and then make a mark from the 17th inch to the 20th inch, just like this. Because it's the left side of the gown, it's the small side. Because we're on the left side of the gown, this is the small side, you'll take the smaller tie and you'll tape it down, just like that. Then fold the gown over. Fold the gown over, again about 2 inches in, and make that same mark between the 17th and the 20th inch. This is the right side of the gown now, and so you'll tape down the long part of the sash. And again, it just tapes the exact same way. And then because it's really long and Tyvek is slippery material, go ahead and fold it a bunch of times and tape it down again. And then last thing, we fold them right side out, or wrong side out, I guess, and then fold them into a little square. And that way we can package them into piles of 5 for people to take home to sew at their houses.
Here is after the girls finish putting these on and marking everything, they fold them up nicely and bring them over here. We've got the Velcro, which we cut into these little pieces here. You need 4 per gown. And we've got 15-inch strips of elastic, and we're going to cut them in half and use 7.5 inches on each arm. So I'm going to do one, so I'll take 1 piece of this, and 4 of these, and 1 of these, and head on over to my sewing machine. This is the right side, the outside, the white part. There's 2 lines right here, and they've measured them and marked them for us. I believe I put the long piece. The long piece goes on the right, Susan? Okay. So I'm going to put the straps on first.
Okay.
Leave it all flat.
So we're going to put the straps on first.
Yeah, right sides together.
Right sides together.
Right side together, short side facing this. Short side facing this way, and then it'll flip over.
Short side facing to the left, so to speak. Okay.
I'm going to tape these because I always forget. So I'm going to tape that right there, stitch it there, and then it'll fold over. I always do this backwards. Okay, right sides together. Let's put it on this side. I'll stitch it right there, and then it'll fold over like that. Okay, so I'm going to do these right now. This is really clumpy, so I'm going to fold it so it'll fit in here. So this I'm going to stitch, but this has to fit in here.
Oh,
That's why I'm doing this.
so you need to get all that under the foot of your sewing machine.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Now on this machine, I have this on Zig-Zag. And I have it about, well, you'll see how wide the stitch is. You can come in as close as you want to. And I have it a pretty tight zigzag so it'll hold.
Okay.
So,
Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
first time I did it, it was bad. So I'm going to stitch it. I back stitch on every stitch just so that they don't tear it
Okay.
and gravel it. Okay, that's one done. Pull it out. I'm just cutting the threads.
Yeah.
And the next one, put this guy in here. I mean, you can do this any way you want. This is just my method. See, I look for the mark. I don't want to gunk up my thread.
Nice.
Done with those. So the sleeves, we're going to put the elastic on the back side, on this line right here. Should be 2 inches down from the hole. So I've got a 15-inch piece of elastic. I'm going to cut it in half. 7.5 inches per
Okay.
sleeve.
So she has a 15-inch piece of elastic. She's going to cut that in half
To 7.5, yeah.
to 7.5.
So where they've marked it, obviously this is not long enough, so I have to stretch it all the way out like that. So I will
Show me how to
start,
stretch it again. Okay.
and I'll stretch it while I stitch. So I will get it started, back stitch, come forward, and I'm just going to pull it gently at first. And if you want to make this a little wider, you can. So I'm actually pulling this, pulling both of these. This is being pulled back and this is being pulled forward.
Okay.
And I'm really pulling it tight. Pulling the back and pulling the elastic toward the front.
That takes a lot of coordination.
Well, a seamstress can do this. Anybody that knows how to sew probably has done this. See how that shrinks? I want to make sure it gets all the way to the end. So I'm going to go all the way to the end, back stitch. There should be 4 marks here, about 2 inches apart. You could put them all the way down there if you want to, or there. And then corresponding marks right here. These I'm going to do what I call the male pieces, the rough ones. You can see the difference between the rough and the soft. Male, female. Don't ask me why. That's just something I came up with. So the male piece I'm going to put right here. Now, some people do an X. I go around 3 sides. And I backstitch on this because we don't want this to come off when they have to pull it off. Lift it up. Turn it around. So I'm going forward. Now, instead of turning this around, having all this gunk up over here, I'm going to lift it up and stitch backwards. I'm going to hold this up and just go backwards.
Do most sewing machines have that backwards?
All machines have a reverse.
Okay.
They all do. And so you put 2 of these on, and then you have to line them up with these, with the female side. So I'll show you how that's done.
Okay.
So now I have the female part that matches
The fuzzy part.
the fuzzy part, and I'm going to just put it right on it.
Oh, okay.
Going to connect it. And then I'm going to line this up with this dot right here. See how it's lined up?
Yes.
And it's lined up with that. And so I'm just going to lift it off and hold it on with my finger. I don't like that because it's too close to the edge, so I'm going to redo this. I'm going to pull it a little tighter. Moving it in. Okay, hold it down tight. And just, if you hold it in place, I put the needle down
Then
so
you
that
can
when
spin it.
then I can spin it. Yes. So going backwards. So you do that with, you put the 2 males right here. 2 males, 4 females. Do you want, yeah, once you've done that, we'll do the sleeve. Right sides together.
Right sides.
Yeah, the right sides together.
Okay.
That'd be the outside. You can do it either way. So I'm going to try to line up the elastic
Oh, okay.
and line this up because we're going to stitch all the way through this. See, their mark was a little bit off because it should go exactly like that. But I'm going to line up the elastic as close as I can. We're going to stitch all the way out to the edge and all the way into where this starts curving. Okay? And since I've got this on this side, I'm just going to start up here. It's about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. I'm not pinning it because I don't want to put any holes in this stuff. But if somebody's more comfortable pinning, if they, oops, I ran out of bobbin thread.
Uh-oh.
Time out. I'm trying to do it to the inside of the holes that are there. Make it a little safer. So go over the elastic and go all the way out to the end down here.
Okay.